In this video lesson, we are going to talk about circles on the coordinate plane again. This is going to be lesson 3, and we are going to cover circles that are at the origin, and we're going to talk about translating circles. So the first thing that we want to talk about is a circle that has its center at the origin. Now remember, in a circle, the equation of a circle is written x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where the center is at HK. So right here, there's the center of my circle, and then the radius r is just the length of the radius. So if we have a circle that has its center at the origin, so if the circle was right here, right, the origin is 0, 0. All right, so that means h and k are going to be 0. So if we plug in 0 here, x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals r squared. Okay, x minus 0, right? No matter what x is, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2, -7.5, whatever it is, whatever x is, if we take 0 away from it, we're still going to have x, right? So we have x squared. Same thing with y. Y minus 0 is just y. So x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So if we have a circle that's at the origin, then we label it as x squared plus y squared equals whatever the radius is, and we square that number. Now, when we're translating a circle, now we've talked about translating before when we talked about dilation and isometric and non-isometric. Now, so when we're translating, right, we are not we're not changing the shape of the circle. The circle is going to stay exactly the same. We're just going to move it left and right and up and down. Now, when we talk about the translating a circle, we usually talk about it in terms of the center of the circle. When h is translated in the x direction, we move it left and right. Left would be making the center more negative, and then right would be making the center more positive. If k is translated in the y direction, we would go up for the positive, right? That would make it more positive, and down would make the y more negative. So here we want to describe the translation from circle C to circle C prime. All right, so here we have our original center is 1, 1, and our translated center is 5, 3. So here we want to talk about the x direction first. Remember, x goes left and right. So if I'm going from 1, right, and I'm headed to 5, okay, that means I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So I went over 4, okay, so plus 4 in the x direction. And then I went up 1, 2 in the y direction, okay? So right 4, up 2. Here we have a circle with the equation x squared plus y squared equals 100. It's translated 2 units right and 3 units up. Where is the center of the new circle after the translation? So remember, our circle here is at the origin, right? If our circle is x squared plus y squared, that means that the center is at 0, 0. All right? So now, if I translate it 2 units to the right, go over 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, here is my new center. Okay, so my new center then is going to be x is 2, y is 3. All right, so now to do my new equation, right, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals 100, right, since we already know r squared. So now all I have to do is plug in my new numbers here. This would be x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 100. This is asking which translation results in a circle whose center is at the origin. All right, so what I want to know is which one of these is going to make, which one of these translations is going to move this circle to 0, 0. All right, so here I have a circle x plus 2 squared plus y minus 6 squared. So the center, right, if it's a positive 2, right, if it's x plus 2, that means the x is negative 2, and then y minus 6 is 6, all right? So here, if we translated this circle 2 units to the right, All right, 2 units to the right, that would be positive 2, right? Negative 2 plus 2 is going to make that 0. And then 6 units down, right? If I go down, that would be 6 minus 6. So that would make that 0, 0. So it looks like this is going to be our correct answer, that's going to make this at the origin. Let's go ahead and check these as well, though. All right, here is this one, okay? Now here my center, right, if I have negative 1, all right, that means the center is going to be at positive 1. Here's positive 2, so my center is at 1, negative 2, all right? Now if I translated it 1 unit to the left, that would put me at 0, right? 1 minus 1 is 0. And then 2 units down. Now if I went 2 units down, negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. So that one we know doesn't work. This one, here my center, right? I have x minus 2, so my center is positive 2 and negative 3. Okay, I go 2 units to the right, so that's 4. So I automatically know that this one's not going to work. Okay, this last one, all right, my center here is at 3, 5. So if I go 3 units to the left, that 3 minus 3 is going to be 0. But 5 units up, 5 plus 5 is going to be 10. Okay, so guys, it's really important whenever you do translation from an equation, make sure you write out the center first. Okay, don't just go, if it's 2 units to the right, don't just go 2 plus 2 is 4. You have to come up here and make your center of the circle, because you have to realize that that's a negative 2, right? That the signs are opposite when you're given the equation. And that is the end of lesson 3, circles on the coordinate plane. Good luck on your test.